Today's hair tutorial is going to be a blowout with curls. I'll be sharing with you guys my best hairdresser secrets on how to get this bouncy, beautiful blowout with just a round brush and a blow dryer. So if you're ready to find out the secrets to this hairstyle, stay tuned. Hey guys, it's Danielle. Welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for tuning into my channel today. I know it's been a minute since I made my last video. We all know how crazy 2020 has been, but I've been dying to come on here and just film a video for you guys today that I've had in the back of my mind to do for the longest time. So today I'm going to show you guys how I got this curled blowout with just a round brush and a blow dryer. So as you guys can tell, my backdrop is a little different. I actually moved and purchased my very own home. It's a 1920 Dutch colonial home, if anybody is familiar, and it turned 100 this year. Maybe I should even do a house tour. If any of my fellow house-obsessed YouTubers would be interested in that, leave a comment below. While you're down there, if you haven't hit that subscribe button and the like button, be sure to do that too. It means so much. So it's been crazy between moving and then Corona, just kind of putting a damper on everything. And I've had this idea of showing you guys how to do a blowout with curls with just a brush and a blow dryer. Doing a blowout this way has a lot of benefits because not only does your hairstyle last longer, I tend to find when I blow my hair out like this, I'm able to rock this for like 3 days. So that's a very long time. And it keeps its bounce. So today I'm going to show you guys the products that I used, a couple of simple quick tricks. Lord knows I could use a trip. Again, the only tools that I used were these. This is a 1 1/4 inch round brush. The metal base, that's going to be key because that gets warm and it acts almost as a curling iron. And also tell you the products that I use because the products are as important as the tools. So let's get started. Okay, so to start off this look, you want to make sure that your hair is 50% dry. You never want to do a blowout on fully wet hair. All you're going to be doing is giving yourself a vigorous arm workout. Okay, I'm going to start with some prep for my hair. This is It's a 10 Miracle Leave-In Conditioner Spray. I swear by this product and I've been using it for years. Next, I'm going to grab my AQUAGE Silkening Oil Foam Mousse. Now this is extremely important because the mousse is going to help shape the hair and keep the curl. Also, this mousse actually helps dry your hair quicker. It boosts drying time, which means you're working your arms out a lot less than you have to. So the size of a quarter is what I usually go to. You don't want to use too much because it'll weigh the hair down, but you want just enough so that it keeps and forms a beautiful curl. You want to make sure to apply the mousse to the ends and any problem areas that you may have. Mine are the bang area around my face frame, and I like to focus on that. Okay guys, huge tip alert. To remove wetness, remove your concentrator. This is one of the top 10 rules in the Hairdresser 101 book. So anytime you're trying to remove dampness and wetness from the hair, you want to make sure that your concentrator is off your blow dryer. Your concentrator is supposed to do just that, concentrate the heat to a specific part of the hair. However, when you're trying to remove any wetness, you want to focus on the entire surface area of the hair. So that would mean removing the concentrator in order to let the blow dryer hit as much area as possible to dry as quickly as possible. Now if you take note on my fingers, you'll see that I'm applying a little bit of tension here. That's just because I want to try and form the hair, keep it taut, and kind of prep it for the next step in this process. So by applying a little bit of tension, it's going to do the trick. Okay, next tip, make sure to section your hair. Keep those sections clean because with the blow dryer, hair could be flying all over the place and you don't want to pick up hair that's not meant to be in the section. So by keeping your partings clean, that's going to help you a lot. Another huge tip, take small sections and start off small until you get comfortable doing this look. The section I'm showing you guys is quite big, but you could split that into 4 and just try it out and get comfortable. So right now I'm just smoothing over the hair, prepping it a bit, and getting it ready for the next step, which is curling. So as you guys can see, the little baby pieces that I have underneath my hairline are falling out. That's okay. That's gonna happen throughout this look. And guys, I apologize for the awkward arm angles. I was trying to just make sure that the camera was visible and that you guys can see what I was doing. Okay, so now we're gonna grab our brush and we're gonna start shaping the curl. Okay, so when you're starting your curl, just repeat in your head, curl the ends, curl the mid shaft, curl the root. That's gonna be the process that you do over and over again to achieve this look. And as you guys can see, after only a few seconds, the bottoms of my hair have already begun to curl. Okay guys, so another tip, when one of your tools is stationary, the other one should be moving. So as you can see, the brush is moving. I'm rolling the brush right now, but the blow dryer is focused stationary on the brush. And now, once the brush stops moving, the blow dryer starts moving in order to heat the hair. Now when I'm doing this look, I like to think of the section I'm working on into 3 horizontal subsections. So first you're going to focus on the lower subsection, which is the end. Then once the end has been curled and you're happy with the way it looks, move up to the midsection. And then once you're done with that, go all the way up to the root. Now just remember to try and keep the brush moving as much as possible. This is going to avoid getting any of those weird bend marks that make the hair look unsmooth. Okay guys, so why go through all of this effort? I know what you're thinking. You might be saying, I could just pick up a curling iron and do the exact same thing. Well, the benefit of doing it this way is that you're going to be adding so much volume to your hair that you would be losing if you straightened it and then curled it with a curling iron. By blow drying your hair with a round brush and adding curls this way, your hair is really going to keep the volume and keep the bounce that a lot of people look for but can only find by going to a professional hairdresser. So really that was my purpose for making this video, to just share some of the tricks and maybe save you guys a blowout or two. So now you guys can see the mid shaft and the bottom of my hair have curled. Now I'm working my way up to the root and letting the heat sit on that and letting the brush act as a roller or a curling iron. Now, most important tip of the day. You see the cold shot on your blow dryer? If you ever wondered what that was for, you're gonna learn right now. So the cold shot, or the cold setting on your blow dryer, is meant to use cold air to set the hair. That curl is going to be set and locked into place by using the cold shot on it. So if you have hair like mine, which falls flat instantly, this is a huge tip for you. Now as we unroll the hair, you can see how beautifully that started to curl. So now that you guys can see the result, I'm going to move on to my next section. And I have to address the elephant in the room right here. My hair color is not looking well. So please forgive me. It's super splotchy. I'm in the middle of fixing my color and I fully have quarantine to blame for this. It's been a minute since I've done my hair. But yes, I just had to call a spade because my hair is not looking great in this angle at all. So looking past the hair color issue, you can see that I'm beginning to curl the ends of my hair, and slowly I begin smoothing the section, working my way up to the mid shaft and then to the roots. So another huge part of this video, I wanted to bring this as uncut and unfiltered as I possibly could. I wanted to keep it steadily flowing. I didn't want to cut and, I really wanted to show you guys the entire blowout process. So as you can see, I just switched my blow dryer to the cool setting and we're going to cool this. Now by unraveling the brush a little bit, it's going to let the cool air hit and set even more beautifully. Okay, so now we have the first section done. So now I'm just going to grab a clip and I'm going to set my hair even more because we want to keep this curl for as long as possible. So I'm following the curl, wrapping it around my finger and then rolling it toward the top of my root where I'm just going to pin it and let it sit while I move on to my next section. This is gonna lock in that curl, and it's really gonna hold so well by just doing this small step. Okay, so moving on to our next section. Again, the more that you become comfortable with doing this technique, the bigger sections you can take. Start small. That's my biggest recommendation until you really get the flow and the feel of how you like to work. And once you're more comfortable, you'll start to notice that it becomes easier over time. Okay, so now that the sections are a bit smaller, you're going to be able to see even better. I'm starting to just repeat the same steps, focusing on the bottom of the hair, slowly rolling my way up, constantly keeping either the brush moving or the blow dryer moving. And remember guys, at first it's going to feel awkward, it's going to be a little bit difficult until you really get the wrist motion and figure out what's comfortable for you. Now, since this piece is one of the face framing pieces, I'm just going to quickly grab my bang, because if I don't hit that piece, it tends to dry a little funny. As we all know, bangs have a mind of their own, so I'm just going to incorporate that piece that keeps falling, because clearly it wants to be part of this section. But that's what I mean about keeping your section super clean, because as you're pulling, pieces are going to wind up in your sections, and the cleaner the section, the easier it is at first when you're starting to really navigate how to do this look. So while this look does take a bit more effort and a bit more time, I'm telling you guys, the payoff is priceless. I have compared several different occasions where I've done this type of blowout, and I've gone out and this look has lasted me for such a long time, as opposed to the times where I've gone out kind of in a rush, didn't have time to do this on my hair, and I noticed that throughout the night and by the next morning, my hair was unsalvageable and I had to wash it and completely redo it. So by taking this extra time, I really feel like it's so worth it, especially for some sort of special occasion or a night out, or in 2020's case, a night in your living room on your couch. But it definitely pays off if you've got the time to do it. I would have to say one of my top complaints that I'm constantly hearing from clients or from my friends is, how come whenever I go to the hairdresser, my blowout lasts for days and it looks beautiful, but then when I try and do it on myself, it never looks the same and it never lasts. So really that got me thinking that this is the main reason why I wanted to make this video, to kind of give you guys an at-home version of a hairdresser's blowout. So you guys can see my wrist is working to pull my hair down and outward away from my face. Now, I personally don't like any volume in my hair, but if you wanted to add a little bit more volume and bounce to the root area, just pull the brush at a 90-degree angle outward from your face. So I'm going to let down the section in the back that I had previously worked on and pinned up, and I want to show you guys how beautifully it's set. So by taking those few seconds to just set the hair, it really goes a long way. And you can see those beautiful, bouncy, voluminous curls are starting to form. So now remember, if you wanted tighter curls, go with a smaller round brush. If you want bigger, looser curls, go with a larger one. And I did just want to show you guys that I did indeed wind up doing that back section, but it was a bit awkward for me to film, so I'm just going to fast forward and show you guys the top section. So now I'm parting it slightly to one side, and I'm breaking my section into two front sections and one large back section. Now, obviously, this section is going to take the most refinement, and I want to make sure my sections are nice and small so I could focus on them the most. And again, if you are like me and those front pieces tend to be a little funny if they get too dried, you can always start and do the front bang section first, pin it, and then come back to it after you're done. I actually know a lot of hairdressers who do tend to tackle this section first, because a lot of people do have issues once it gets too dry with smoothing and, you know, getting rid of the creases from the curl. So whatever you prefer, it's totally a matter of your own preference. And again, I'm just continuing to keep the blow dryer and brush moving, and I'm forming the curl away from my face. And if you wanted something toward your face, you would just work in the opposite direction. And again, just to reiterate, if you did want volume, you would be pulling your hair up at a 90-degree angle and away from your face to add lift at the root. I personally do not like any volume in my hair. It just doesn't work with my style, the way I like to wear it. So I'm pulling my hair downward to avoid any extra lift at the root. So I'm really working to smooth out that face frame section. The look I'm going for today is very 70s inspired, Farrah Fawcett type of curls, very loose, very flowy, very bouncy, just beautiful natural looking curls. And I love when people watch my videos and they give me feedback and leave any kind of questions that they had from any looks that I show. So if you do try this look out, please be sure to leave me a comment. If you have any questions and just want to find out more about something specific that I mentioned, please be sure to leave it in the comments below. I try and respond to every single comment that I get. And guys, this section I decided to keep large, but definitely break it apart because it is a difficult section to master at first, just because the angle is a little bit awkward. And as you can see, I am working up a sweat over here. And as much as I am getting a little bit of an arm workout, the time spent is going to be well worth it, and the final product really is just so rewarding at the end. So after I set this last piece and unravel it, I'm just going to run my fingers through my curls, kind of position the hair and set it in the way that I want it to, brush through a couple of pieces, and make sure to add my hairspray. And I present to you the big reveal. This is how you achieve a curled blowout with just a round brush and a blow dryer. As you guys can see, it's bouncy, it's polished, it's flowy, and it's got volume. And the only thing left to do now is pretend like you're in a hair commercial and rock it. Thank you guys so much for watching today. If you decide to try this look out, please be sure to drop me a comment below. I'd love to know how it turned out. And if you have any questions, leave them below as well. And if you haven't hit that subscribe button yet, please be sure to do so. Thank you guys so much for watching. Until next time, bye!